Xin Chao, what's up everybody? Alright, we're on Windway. We're going to talk about a problem you could have when you're living in Vietnam. And it's a kind of a big deal, but there's a workaround for it. But if you're a guy that works online and you need steady internet, this is something to consider. Usually the internet's pretty good, but as of now, 4 out of the 5 cables are broken. We pretty much get our internet from 5 cables under in the sea. And somehow sharks are able to damage these cables. Well, that's usually what they say it is. Who knows the real reason of why, but let's get into it. Let's talk about it. It's definitely a problem. So all of my future videos for the next week, until they at least start working on some kind of fixing the cable, are going to be shot in 1080 on the X3000. I just simply cannot have a 5-hour upload for a video. And you know, some of the videos I've done, the one that's going to come out before this, that took 2.5 hours to edit and then 5.5 hours to upload. So talking like nearly 8 hours of work time to get a video out isn't satisfactory for me. So yeah, it's a big issue, but there is a way that you can go around it. I can't. Well, I can in my new place when we get over there. But in my current place, I cannot do this. But if you have a good cell package and you're getting, like, you know, everybody says this provider is better than that provider, but Phone, you can get 20 gigabytes a day, non-throttled, for $500K a month. So for 20 bucks a month, I have 20 gigabytes a day. So right now, the 4G LTE and the 5G is faster than what any of the internet can put out anywhere. Entire businesses weren't able to work this morning. The 4th cable went down last night, and I saw right when it happened. I was watching Netflix. My resolution dropped to like 280p, not even visible, and then it just stopped working altogether. Today it still doesn't work. Trying to load really any video outside of YouTube doesn't work. So I mean, right now the internet's just completely trashed, and it's a problem. I don't understand how the cable's set up or why it gets damaged, but ever since I've lived here, there's always been some kind of issue with the internet every 4 to 5 months. And when I was not shooting in 4K, it wasn't that big of a deal. But now that I'm in 4K, and this time it's the most damaged I've ever seen it. I've never had it to where, like, the internet's not usable right now. It's literally not usable. Straight up, can't even, like I said, can't even load Netflix. Uploads are taking like 4 hours. And I have a really fast connection. It's 150 down and 150 up. Doesn't seem really fast, but I know some people are gonna have crazy fast speeds back in America or other countries. For the most part, most things aren't dishing out those type of speeds. So like, it won't really matter that you have that high speed of a thing. I like mine because I have the server that runs through for live streaming. So it's nice to have the 150 up. So that makes the streams work really well. The 150 down, 150 up. Hopefully they'll fix one of them. Although from what I read in the article, it seems like they're all pretty difficult to fix. Like, they're 150 kilometers out from land, most of them. Let me fire this thing up. 4 out of the 5 undersea cables connecting Vietnam to the world are broken in one way or another, causing internet speeds across the country to slow to a snail's pace. There's a breakage at a cable. On Saturday it happened, but I didn't notice it until Sunday. There is a breakage on the cable section located about 130 kilometers from a shoreline station in Singapore, causing a total loss of international data from Vietnam to Singapore through the IA cable. The latest breakage means that only one undersea cable connecting Vietnam globally, the SMW3, remains fully functional. Vietnam is currently connected with 7 undersea cables, blah, 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 blah. Besides the recent breakages of the One Eye, problems with AAE, AAG, and APG cables have been present since 2022. So some of these cables have never been fixed. And you can tell, man, like, my internet should be way faster than what it is. Like, it'll give you the dished out speeds, but it can't hit certain stuff properly. Like, the throughput isn't there, and there's jitter in the line. So there's a lot of, and what that means in, like, layman's term is, you know, there's static or interference in the line. So that kind of slows your connection, even if it's reading that it is 150 and 150. Let's see here. The fact that Vietnam currently only has one fully functional undersea cable has caused internet speeds between Vietnam and the rest of the world to slow to a crawl. Some girl in Hanoi said she noticed it on Sunday, kind of the same way I did. So like switching to the mobile connection is the only solution, but you have to have a good mobile access point at wherever you're living, or you then have to go to like a coffee shop and do it all there, which I guess I'm not against, but like I prefer to work at home. I'm not big on taking a laptop to, I don't drink coffee, so like, well, that's one. I don't even drink tea really anymore. You know, I have a chata or chata when we occasionally go places, but like I don't want to sit somewhere for 4 hours. That's not at my house. I like to edit at home. Much or less affected. And then, so like, the only way I can get an upload done right now is during the day when people are at work. The second people get home at around 6 p.m., forget about it. It'll take, even the 1080p, it'll take 2 hours to upload a 10-minute video. And that's insane, you know, like that crushes my workflow. That's why you've only seen like one video a day coming out, because it's, I would have to be sitting at home so much, and I'm out running around shooting the videos, so it's definitely thrown what I would call a wrench in the machine, you know, like, and this is the first time it's really been this big of a problem. But I want you to understand that if you're planning to move here and you're going to be a guy online, like maybe possibly day trading, you could have some serious complications without having a cellular backup. But if you get a good way to like get a good package with a cell package, and you got, excuse me, and if you got a clear 4G LTE connection and or 5G, you're going to have really good internet. When I can get it in my apartment on my phone, it's faster than the internet, but it just, I'm too high up, so it just switches from like 3G, 4G, 4G LTE. It just bounces all around. So for me, it's not a solution, but for most people moving, if you're not going to live 40 stories up, you should be okay with getting some kind of cell phone coverage. I don't know that they have cell boosters here like they did in California and America. I used to set those up. But just be mindful that this is a problem here, and they're not figuring out a solution for it currently, you know, which kind of stinks. You know, I love Vietnam. If you've ever seen my channel, I'm not much to complain, and I don't expect Vietnam to really change anything. You know, I'm a guest in their country, essentially. And I don't complain about much things here because there's no point to. That's like, you know, sure, is the traffic a little crazy? Yeah. I mean, is there a lot of garbage? Yeah. You know, is customer service not the best? Yeah. Those are really my 3 complaints. And I guess you could throw my 4th one on, would be the internet. But even traffic, like, I don't get mad about it. I just accept it and know that that's how the traffic is here. What are you going to do? I mean, you know, it's the way the culture works here, so it is what it is. I still love being here, and I still wouldn't choose to live anywhere else currently. You know, there's a special thing. Like, it depends on what kind of person you are. Like, if you come to Vietnam, you either, I've had this conversation with so many people now, you either love it or you hate it. I think a lot like my channel too. So you either like it or you don't like it, and you know, that kind of is the situation here. As far as the internet thing goes, I think maybe in the next few years they'll probably get their act together. I don't know why they take so long to fix the broken cables. I don't know the logistics behind that. Is it just a cost thing? Like, it could make sense if it's just like a cost thing, but I don't really know if it is. Let's see. A representative of VMPT said the fact that 4 cables were simultaneously encountering issues would mean that international connections across Vietnam would be more or less affected, especially during rush hour and for those whose online activities require higher internet bandwidth, online gaming, video streaming. This is an unavoidable situation and affects all internet service providers in Vietnam. VNPT reported. Service providers said they were working with units managing the undersea cable to resolve the issue, as well as deploying other measures to optimize data infrastructure. Vietnam, I'm reading a comment. Vietnam has the worst internet in the region, at the same time, how the government wants to make Vietnam a center of tech innovation. When Vietnam's internet works, it's probably one of the best that I've experienced in a lot of countries that I've traveled to. It's extremely fast, and when the cable's not damaged, when they're all not damaged like they are now, it's very good. But the problem is the reliability. They haven't worked out a way to get it reliable. It should be a priority. It's very weird. They are trying to become like a tech hub. So it surprises me every time that like you would think you would take all the money you would need and go get this fixed like right away, right when it breaks. But again, I don't know how any of these stuff works in the back end, and none of you guys do either, to be honest with you. So it's really easy to say something on the internet in a comment that it should be this way and this should be done, but in real reality, we have no idea what's happening in the behind the scenes and what it takes to actually get this thing fixed. It might be a lot more difficult and strenuous than we even anticipate. So I'm not going to really judge. All you have to do is have some kind of cell backup and you'll be fine. Like, like even this, like I could just be going to, like I said, I could just be going to a coffee shop and easily get things fired off. It's not that fast though. Like at the end of the day, I still think all the cell providers throttle a little bit when you're like constantly uploading something. I think they do give you a little bit of fuss. Now, as far as the 5G speeds here for me, for Vina phone in Winway, the 5G speeds are 196 megabytes a second up and like 156 or 196 down and like 156 up. So it's really fast. That cute little dog. It's a little poodle. Like what we have. Hi, buddy. He doesn't listen. You shoot me with a gun, man? It's not nice. Charlie. So I mean, like I said, there's measures to be taken against this. Like I said, have the cell thing. But just know if you're somebody that is going to be maybe streaming at home as like a gaming person or trying to upload a lot of information like I do every day, my typical day I'm uploading 10 gigabytes at least of data to YouTube to stay with my schedule, my crazy schedule of 2 videos a day. And this is very much so hampered my ability to do that in 4K. I should be able to do these 1080s, so we're going to try to stack 3 or 4 videos a day and then get them uploaded. The problem, as I was telling you though, is the high traffic hour times are from like 6 to midnight. So that's why I've been working till like 3 a.m. every night, because it starts to get fast again at like midnight when everybody goes to sleep. So my like time is I'll start to upload at like 10:30 and then it'll usually finish by 1 or 2. So I mean, that's the situations that I'm in. And it is what it is. There's nothing I can really do about it, but I just want you to be aware of this. It's something that happens here, and it can be a frustration. But like most things in Vietnam, there's a workaround, and sometimes things are the way they are, and there's not much you can do about it. So, like I said, would it prevent me from living here and moving here? No, not in any kind of situation, because eventually they'll have to fix it. Like I've said a billion times, the second this subway finally gets like fully functional and like lines start get fired off, you'll see a big change in the city. You'll see things get cleaner. You'll see more high-rises. You'll see gentrification. And there's nothing you can do about gentrification. I've been a part of it before. I've seen it happen IRL, in real life, right in front of my eyes, over periods of time in places. And there's literally no way to block that. I mean, I don't know of any way. I've seen it in a lot of places, I saw it in Chicago and then I saw it in LA. It's just the nature of the beast as things get built up and as people decide they want to live there. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you guys liked it. As ever, smash the like button, comment, and subscribe. If you watched all the way to the end, I'd appreciate it if you left some comments in the video on what do you think about the internet situation, especially if you live here. Do you bump over to cell use coverage? Let me know in the comment section. That's the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Stay frosty. See you on the next one. Peace out.